This is Jamil Hankins with Just Conversations, No Interviews News. In Hypebeast news, LEGO has released a limited edition Seinfeld collection with a replica of the set, which is basically Jerry's apartment. You got Jerry, George, Elaine, and a limited edition Kramer with a Burger King crown and a red bandana and a face tat and bad stand-up. Speaking of Legos, the FBI raided the house of one of the Capitol rioters where they found a fully constructed US Capitol Lego set. Now, I wonder if they're going to use this in court. Are Legos now evidence? I might have to make a phone call, actually, to my son.
Look out, look out, oh no, oh no, oh no.
I can donate some things. Also found at the rioter's house was a notebook with notes that said bring an assault rifle, bottles of water, 4 magazines, probably his favorite Trump hat, Pence pendant, Jesus is my homeboy t-shirt, a bag of Kit Kats, David's sunflower seeds, a pack of Loud, a can of White Claw, 5 shillings of silver, a Game of Thrones 8-season DVD, a JanSport book bag with hand sanitizer. In Philadelphia, the city's sanitation department is suffering from heavy cutbacks, thus leaving bags of trash everywhere, with cats running wild with chicken wings between their paws as the rats fight for supremacy. I wonder, when they restaff the Philadelphia trash bin, has anyone ever thought to just get 2 more guys, so when the guys come through and grab the trash, 2 guys come behind them and actually sweep up the block? I think it's a great idea. I don't know if they're going to really do it because it's probably going to cost a lot of money, but just a thought, fellas. In entertainment news, sadly there will not be a second season of Lovecraft Country on HBO. No more big girl climbing out of that white skin. No more of the blue-haired girl from space. No more of the little girl with the freaky little twins that kept dancing around her. Shout out to Bianca Burlington, that was great dancing. Jurnee Smollett, she did a great job. It's such a shame. So if you guys want to keep your show on, you should just sign the petition. In Olympic news, American runner Shelby Houlihan has tested positive for a steroid, thus having her disqualified from the Tokyo Games. Her excuse was that she had a pork burrito from a food truck. I want to say it was probably a temple. Ms. Houlihan runs the 1,500 to 5,000 meter run. That's a lot of running. Ms. Houlihan, may I recommend the Banh Mi Tok No? It is a Vietnamese pork ho. From South Philly, delicious, sharpest of cheddar. Maybe we could recommend Ms. Houlihan the halal diet. In pandemic news, Joe Biden is starting a program where he will go door to door and will be giving out shots to those who haven't got it yet. The COVID witnesses. So if you see Joe Biden in your ring camera, it won't be for the 1,500. So I guess they'll just stick the needle right there in your arm, right? We're gonna vaccinate all you bastards if it kills me. Kamala, hurry up, go around the back, go around the back. I know they're in there. Check their emails and all. Learned that in Croatia. It's Joe Biden. Who else would it be? See these aviators? I just flew in. I can hear you. Ain't no hiding from Biden, baby. Open up, Jaquavius. Tell your mama, come on out. No, daddy? I know. Your mama know me, man. Tell her it's Delaware Joe. Everybody know me. Don't go out the back door. Kamala's out there. You guys got your shots? The Moderna? Johnson & Johnson? Do say shot? I see you. Send in the drones. Ain't no hiding from Biden. If Joe Biden comes to my door, which is crazy in itself, I might have so many other questions, but I just imagine Joe Biden saying that I'm not black because I didn't want to take the shot. It's a lot of peer pressure, you know?
Nancy Pelosi's husband made over close to $5 million dealing with Google, Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple in the weeks leading up to the House Judiciary Committee's vote on antitrust. So Nancy Pelosi's husband had the wherewithal to make such a gutsy bet. So you mean to tell me that the wife and the husband who lay in bed together every week somehow the husband was smart enough to make this bet. Usually with an antitrust, it's the government breaking up companies apart, at least stalling the company's growth. Now, what's the odds that a wife is on the prosecution side and the husband bet on the defendant? It's kind of weird. It makes me feel kind of strange. So if you want to follow Paul Pelosi's, Nancy Pelosi's husband, method, just purchase Apple, Google, Amazon, or Facebook. Prices will show down here on the screen somewhere. Paul Pelosi, he actually made $4.8 million buying 4,000 shares of Google, 20 call options on Amazon, 50 call options on Apple. Now, I know we all can't afford these stocks at the current time, but even if you have maybe 300 to 400 laying around, you can get yourself an ETF QQQ. And they use all of these FANG stocks, also Tesla and PayPal. And you can ride the wave like the Pelosi family. So pretty much what I'm telling you is that somebody was taking all the big major stocks to trial. And their husband, who lays in bed with them at night, betted on those companies and not their wife who's taking these companies to trial. Is that insider trading? No, that's not insider trading. But I will always tell you, like they say in The Wire, watch the money. Going along with this week, we want to know who had the biggest shit sandwich of the week. Wendy Williams, Edward Cagney Matthews, or the Mystery Man? Mr. Matthews will go down in history as the baddest MFer ever until he wasn't. The shootouts in Cherry Hills, the ass whoopings all while he was at work, and always the great 3602 Grammar Street. That's where I reside. And this is not Africa. And as police showed up and led him away, while protesters started throwing things at him and playing Bring Him Out by the artist T.I., it was quite the scene. But Mr. Matthews, he will go down as the gangster of the week. Wendy Williams, she seemed very nonchalant and talking kind of sassy about this guy named Swayze. She belittled him a little bit, said how she didn't care about what he was doing and who he was, because his TikTok was more popular than hers, and because her son told her that nobody watches Instagram. So it seems as though she didn't know that he was dead until she read it off the teleprompter, where the crowd goes from laughing with her to oohing and ahhing at her. And the Mystery Man from Chicago, who shot 3 undercover cops in an unmarked car. He said he thought they was ops. Now he's facing a dub. Wells Fargo will be cutting credit lines to those personal credit lines that are at $3,000 to $100,000. Wells Fargo will also be closing all credit lines in the near future. This could be the beginning of the end, like in 2008, like when Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, or when everybody found out that Bernie Madoff was stashing that cash and making everybody look like a fool. Or this could be just an isolated incident, or this could be something else. So my advice to you, especially the investors, was if you can close a deal, go ahead and close the deals. If you do not feel confident about a deal, feel something maybe not straight, something may be off, I think this is your best time to kind of keep your cash and sit on the sidelines. And if you're using your own cash, then man, the party is just starting. And again, this is my advice for investors. Critical race theory. 9 states have already banned public schools from teaching critical race theory. So 9 states have banned teaching it. 20 states are right now trying to figure out ways they can consider banning it also, or using some type of possible measures to probably edit it. Who knows? 2021 summer, we are facing a lot of losses, folks. We're catching losses in voting, losses in education, and a lot of stuff is happening from outside parties. Critical race theory, the National Teachers Union, has opposed the states that said they will block it. So critical race theory will be taught by those teachers, and the union will be backing them and said, no, we will teach the truth. The sad part is that these lawmakers don't want to teach our children the truth, but we can still celebrate holidays such as Christopher Columbus. So false narratives, they love it. The truth, they don't want to teach it. And again, this is being done with our tax money. This self-sabotage that we're doing with violence is really about to start kicking us in our ass. The reason being is, I remember the feels of in the 80s a little bit, and definitely in the 90s. So when I saw Joe Biden walking out with the mayor of Chicago, it gives me weird feelings. And let me just start off with the weekend of July the 4th, kind of was like in Philadelphia. 104 shots at a cookout, 4 people shot, 2 people killed. Horrible. Chicago had over 100 shot, 18 killed. You know, when we act like this, when we do these types of things, we shut ourselves up. We shut ourselves up for the people who don't like us to go at us even harder. And for the people who do like us, gotta shut up and sit down. I can imagine that a crime bill or a crack law or something of that measure federally will come out because of this. If we don't cool off this urban violence, something else worse will happen. I want to shout at the police that have started sitting on their hands and don't want to do proper police work because they feel as though they're being targeted. I want to shout out Steve Keeley from Fox News for For every morning I wake up, he makes sure he's always reporting the most negative about our area. You're doing a great job, Steve. Your wig is always special. He loves to highlight the bad things in our area. You know, when we talk about bad things in music, it's called gangster rap. Well, when they talk about bad things in news, is it called gangster news? And then for the young people, 100 shots at a cookout. I say all that to say, violence is unnecessary. And when you break down the problem that's caused a lot of these other problems, a lot of these things could have been solved before they even got to shooting. But to be scared of your oppressor and want to kill your brother, you gotta ask yourself, who taught you to think like that? Maybe if these news outlets stop highlighting violence, maybe if they take away the gratification out of people catching wreck, maybe if I did some heinous act and I don't gotta hear about it in breaking news, maybe I will have a time to feel embarrassed about it or stupid about it. Maybe I can have second thoughts. I do want to shout out the police who are doing the proper work though, who are in these communities, talking to these people, getting to know them, learning the difference between the criminal and the guy who just lives in the criminal infested area. But it all, again, for the citizens of Philadelphia, this is our tax money. Our tax money is being wasted. Our tax money needs to be redirected. More prevention than punishment. And the major reasons why we shouldn't be shooting 100 shots at a cookout is because Zila Avant-Garde, 14-year-old African-American girl who won the spelling bee. She holds 3 Guinness World Records. She's the first contestant from Louisiana ever to win this spelling bee. We have great investments. We have great things in our children and our people and our citizens of the city. We have to stop wasting them. We don't know who's going to turn out to be that flower. So we should treat everybody like they are our maximum investment, and let's just try to nurture them. Human beings can be the best or the worst investments ever made. You figure out how you want to be remembered. This is Sharif Hankins with Just Conversation News Bits. Thank all y'all for watching Jigs episode. This is our first ever retract with people watching the actual episode and being able to film it. So again, I want to thank all y'all for coming out, watching it, and just want to get some feedback on how y'all think the episode was.
I loved it. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Hey, I got to see
you gotta see the
her
daughter in a certain light.
in a light that I've always seen her in there.
But it's a different light. It's a different light. Because now you can tell somebody, look, here go my daughter, check her out.
I'm coming into this new world of y'all.
Yeah, she had to learn what a podcast
It's
was.
more like this actually will be your history. This is your lineage. You know, your kids and whoever like, oh no, Reg used to do this. Look what she used to do. So now, you know, you go back 40 years, it's pictures. Well, now we actually have video, and it's easy to pull up and show everybody. It's not VHS tapes that we gotta run around with. You just go do.
On your phone.
And that's my point. Think about when I first bought her a computer. I'm like, it ain't for me, it's for her. But to know what she took that little machine and did with it, and where she's at with it, it's a mind blow.
Oh.
But she's always been a mind blow.
That's good. That's good.
This kid is this grown woman. I'm sorry. This grown woman. Because I told you, you're grown when you take care of your own, right?
I mean, listen, if I get sick, you already know I'm coming to get you.
Living your life because you're so happy. Doing the great things that I would have never even thought about because I know nothing about.
Lord knows that she tried to tell me when I first told her I was going to be a realtor. She was like, oh no, you're not doing that. Yeah, I am, Mom. Like,
even the young lady realtors that I've had of my own, I felt the same way. And I would tell them, I'm going to tell you like I tell my daughter. You don't need to be going in and out of people's houses and carrying on. You don't know what them people want to do to you. It's a dangerous world. Everything was, scary. I didn't think that was for her.
For one, it didn't even seem like a podcast. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
Usually most podcasts seem like it was scripted. If that was scripted, I wouldn't know. It just seemed genuine to me. And I was around when she was coming to realtor and all that. And especially the year she was talking about on there when she won Rookie of the Year and selling houses. I remember getting conversations. I'm calling her because I call her too much. But you know, breaking in this house, I can do that. To me, it was natural. It was seem like a podcast. you was actually better than what I thought you was gonna be.
That's fine. That's fine.
No. Because when I first met you, before we even built a rapport, you know, you don't know me, so it's like this. And then when I got to meet you and know who you are, I got the side for the podcast. The fact that you giving it up on the podcast is like, you know, because a bunch of strangers gonna watch it. A lot of people you don't know gonna watch it.
Exactly.
So that was, I thought you was good in that joint.
Oh, thank you, Mr. B.
You know, I thought it was great, you know, and of course I'm biased as Riz's parent. I am, you know, super proud of her, watching her grow through the years, all of those things. But from the podcast itself, I thought it was lit well. I thought the sound was good, you know.
It's the prop master.
Yeah, I'm a theater professional, so I watch things that way. Excellent job. Conversation process you go through to make your guests comfortable, it works completely. Because conversation is about comfort, so it was good. It was great. Congratulations and proud of you.
Everything, like it was very informative, and the best part about all this, I ain't gotta climb new houses. This guy got his job.
Cameraman,
This guy got his job.
This guy's the MVP.
One joint we went to was an old mansion. I said, no, call somebody else. She's like, you a little B. Definitely informative. Like I learned a lot from just listening to him. You guys talk like.
To the MVP. Yeah, I mean, you was there. I know you saw everything. Right. You was there for the process. But I know what you saw while you were filming was not actually what you saw when you watched the movie.
Right.
So you liked it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot. From when y'all said cut and to the end, I was a fan, drawn in from the beginning because I know what she do because I'm there every day. You know, I see how hard she works and stuff like that. But I never got like the raw uncut, like how she started and how long. You know, she failed it a couple times and then she passed it.
Yeah,
all that.
I didn't how slow she was because she thinks she's so smart.
Right. That part shot because she the smartest person I know.
Yeah, she's smart person in the room right
for sure.
Shot.
To me, that's not to me. You know, so I'm like, man, you felt it twice. Yeah, you left that part out. But anyway,
I left that part out.
But anyway, though, you know, I think it was a great job. I mean, you asked great questions. I was trying to tell her on the way there. I said, listen, she said she's a little nervous. I said, you don't need to be nervous because you're a natural talker. You know, you can talk. Yeah, I mean, that's one. I said, once you open.
He still thinks this is a compliment.
I said,
and then you have a skill. You
because my thing is, a lot of people have a lot to say but don't be saying anything. You know, she says a lot, even though sometimes like not today. I want to hear it, but you know, I take it in. Then I go back to it later. Like, he was right. But she's very. I always tell her she's very smart. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being a realtor, that fits her personality because she can sit in any room at any meeting. She can switch it on and off, no matter who's in the room. She can be in the room. You know what I'm saying? So but you did a great job. You know what I mean? Like I told her when we left, I was like, damn, babe, you killed that jump. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I said, all right, we gotta have a watch party. You know what I mean? I said, we gotta get people over here. I said, because you was real good. I'm like. I'm surprised, but not surprised.
Right.
But
Right.
she, I mean, I think I fell in love a little bit more.
Crystal, okay, Chris. And how did you like the podcast?
Yes, I enjoyed it. It was very informative. Charisma is my personal realtor. I don't do nothing without her. I won't even click on a property without calling her
She ain't
friend.
lying.
The middle of the night. Riz, what you think? No, she's very professional, very strong. I sent her into rooms where they was like, oh, who is this? You know, and then it just blown everybody away and they like, who is that? You sent there to handle your paperwork and stuff like that. I pay her for everything she do for me because I know she handled it well. She's going to handle it well. She always come with her professional hat on, take care of it. There's no deal too big or too small for her. I just love her and appreciate it.
Oh, y'all so cute.
No family discount.
That's why I said I'll pay her for every little thing she did.
Even if she called me, she be like, can you look at this for me and then send me something like take us up to lunch.
Because even if we're not closing a deal, just
you respect
the
her time.
contracts, I respect her time, contracts, paperwork, any kind of language I don't understand, she gets right to it.
And she married them too, so get that on there.
Oh, yeah.
And she's also,
She affiliated my wedding.
Yeah.
She made sure all my legal paperwork is correct.
Oh shit. Okay. So part-time lawyer too.
Yeah.
No, I officiated their wedding.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Like, what it means? I'm an ordained. I'm an ordained.
That's the camera off. It feel like fraud at this point. It feel like fraud. Now she got the good word.
Yo, she got semen on the booth.
I can't do it.
Jack of all trades, literally. Y'all know I say it all the time. Jack of all trades, ace of none.
I'm very proud of her seeing this, and I was really inspired by a lot of what you talked about, the questions that was asked, and to find out that she was as knowledgeable as she is about real estate, because when I needed some questions asked about things I'm experiencing, she was very helpful to me too. And I like that the setting was like sitting in the living room, and I felt that anybody that's watching this right now, I didn't want to turn away, because I was like so taken by everything that was being said, and her, she was just so on point. And when they said it wasn't like it was scripted, and I thought that people who would watch it that have any questions about real estate, it wasn't complicated. It was made so simple. You follow me? And that was really a good point that I liked in it too.
She sold their house.
Yeah, she
all of my baby accomplishments, I'm bringing them up.
When you asked if she do anything special, selling our house it was an ornament. It was awesome. She took care of everything, and I didn't have no problem in it. I don't know what all she did, but she handled it.
What I will say, when you let somebody handle everything, you need to go back over that HUD. Because it'd be like a 2% over here, miscellaneous 1% over here, miscellaneous 0.5% over here. Watch some percentages.
That's one thing that's going to really propel her to high heights.
I lost some deals because I'm honest.
But that's what people look for.
I told y'all all my hoes is honest.
So I'm gonna just say this. I think I've known her like 20 years now? 22?
Since she's pregnant with Tiana.
Yeah, so my daughter is 20. So let's just say this. From the woman that she was when I first met her to now is amazing.
Complete 180.
180. You don't even know. Like, took me up 180.
Oh no, I saved her life a lot. I told her a lot. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But the podcast I think was good. I think she did what she did. She speaks very well. She educates anyone who come in her path from small to big things. You're gonna get educated at the end of her at the end of a conversation with her. You're gonna walk away with some type of knowledge of something you didn't even know. Sometimes she be saying words and I be like, girl, what do they even mean? Like, give me Google real quick. But this is her area of expertise. People. She's a people person, so her getting information and handling things, and she's very trustworthy. That's the thing about her. Like, even with me, I'm in the process of trying to get there to buy a house, and she's with me every step of the way. She hard on me a little bit, I think, because I'm a friend.
Is she bullying you?
But
Because people use that word.
I can't use the choice word and say that she's a bully, but let's just say when she dropped the hammer on me, it's like, get your shit together. Like, come on. Yeah. Edit that out. Don't put that in there. Don't put that in there.
Like I said, when you strive, because people use the bully word, but but when you're striving to bring things out of people they don't know in it,
Yeah.
sometimes you
She
working so
definitely-
hard to motivate people that
And she's that person for me. She's that person for
people
me
think
because I
that
can
you beat them
relate.
down, but you're
Right.
just trying to pull something that you see
pulling them up.
that they
Yeah.
don't even know they see them. Just like
Yeah.
how all y'all gave
Right.
her the courage to
Yeah.
even go on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want to thank everybody. This is the purpose of this podcast, though. This is the first time we ever did it. This was always the dream to have a post thing with people, because when we leave out this door in the next 5 minutes, hopefully everybody here will still keep talking, still keep playing. Because you know they always say generational health and generational wealth, and that's like an overstatement. A lot of people don't realize that takes 30 to 60 years of planning.
Can I just say one more thing?
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up?
This is major, this podcast.
Yeah.
Because in our culture, we don't like to share information.
Absolutely.
The fact that you're doing it on this platform and we're able to share it with our children, that's major. My daughter want to get into real estate, and that's her go-to person. But the fact that she can go and watch a video and say, my Aunt Riz did that, and you did this also, you put it out there. So kudos to you too.
But just one thing, it's not just me.
Oh, no,
I-
the team.
It's the
Your
whole
team.
team. It's my company.
Yeah.
Is a company we all a part of, BGMG. But I want to thank all y'all. I really do. This is the response I wanted, and even with this room, about 10 people, this will grow. It's 10 people now. It'll be 10,000 a year from now.
Yeah.
Amen.
Now we gotta get there. We gotta get big.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.